Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Alicia here, and today we are talking about Love is Blind. Love Island USA Season 7 Episode 6. So remember, we had all that drama with the new bombshells coming in and everything else. So Huda is talking to Jeremiah in, I believe, the speakeasy, and she's just talking about how like she could tell that Jeremiah wasn't really trying to kiss Amaya like that, but she was like, Amaya was trying really hard to kiss Jeremiah, and Jeremiah's like, yeah, totally, I agree. And Huda's like, pause, were you trying to kiss her? And Jeremiah's like, I mean, it was a challenge. Like, yeah, I was kissing her for real, but I wasn't like, mwah, mwah, mwah. Jeremiah is unserious, please. Because Huda's like, everybody can tell that we're still locked in, but like, I don't think Amaya cares, and she's still gonna pull you for a chat. Yes, that's what Love Island is about. Thank you so much for catching up with the rest of us. Olandria and Taylor talk about the challenge, and then Olandria tells Taylor about Bella telling her that Bella and Nick made out in soul ties. I love the gossip. And so Taylor is like, oh snap, but Nick told me that in terms of where he stands with both girls, Bella and Sierra are 50-50 in his mind. And Olandria's like, oh snap. So they're back where they started, and Taylor's like, yeah. In her confessional, Olandria is saying that her and Taylor's conversations, while they're very lighthearted, they don't really talk about them as a couple, and I agree. Like, I get that y'all are both probably slow burns, but like, y'all had chemistry with the kiss. Start talking about y'all as an us, as a we, not just you and me. Shelly and Ace talk, and this is where I get my first inkling that Ace is unserious, or Ace likes to have his cake and eat it too. Probably that he likes to have his cake and eat it too, because Shelly's asking like, what do you know about me? Because she has a tattoo that says made in Miami, because she's from Miami. And so like, when she's like, well, Ace, what do you know about me? All Ace can say is that she lives in Miami, but she goes to New York sometimes, and she just travels back and forth. But he does save himself by saying, well, let's start over. You know, hey, I'm Ace. Hey, I'm Shelly. And so he starts to ask her questions. We find out that she's Haitian. Very interesting. But again, I really do like these two together. I need Ace to stop playing. Because I feel like as soon as Ace makes it known that, like, I want to recouple with you, Shelly will also stop playing. Amaya talks to Jeremiah while he's down at the docks, okay? And while this is going on, Ace and Huda are talking. And Huda keeps complaining that it's weird that Amaya keeps trying to talk to Jeremiah when Jeremiah has Huda. And Ace is all of us, because he's like, do you not know? This is only day 4, girl. Like, you doing a lot. And Huda's like, do it look like I care? No. What can you say to that? Absolutely nothing. Which is what Ace doesn't say anything. If we flash back to, or we pop back over to Jeremiah and Amaya. And Jeremiah says that he's excited to see what Hannah and Amaya bring, and while he's still open to getting to know them, he doesn't think it'll be romantic. And so again, I feel like Jeremiah is playing it very safe. Like, stop letting Huda scare you. If you are interested in any of these girls for real, pursue them. Talk to them. See where it goes, you know? If Huda's head ever turns, what is Jeremiah going to do? Crash out, because he's put all his eggs in one basket. Like, Ace is still talking to Huda, and he's like, girl, like, you and Jeremiah keep saying that you're open, but both of y'all give closed off. So, like, y'all give unapproachable. And Huda's like, I understand that, but we're not closed off. Girl, Amaya and Austin talk. Austin is talking about his morning meditation. And I'm sorry, but I had to pause the episode. I was hollering. Because why did he stand up? He was like, you know, sometimes I gotta like get up and like shake. You know, get the lymph nodes, get my lymphatic movement in there. I was dead. Please. Amaya's looking at him like, I'm sorry. No. Taylor goes to talk to Ace, because Taylor is now spreading. Like, the gossip is now starting to spread across the villa, right? So Taylor tells Ace that Olandria told him that Bella told her that Bella and Nick kissed up in soul ties, right? So then Nick walks in while Taylor and Ace are talking. They're like, oh, perfect. Just the man we wanted to see. So they're asking him, like, you know, like, what's going on? And then Nick is talking about how like Bella just looked so fine and like he just couldn't help himself and they were really connecting. But then he went to the photo booth with Sierra after that and they started making out. And it was just too much. He just couldn't, like, she was climbing me like a tree. What was I supposed to say? No, absolutely not. So Ace is like, you want my Dr. Phil opinion? You better lose one of them. For real. Like, you keep playing these reindeer games, you about to lose one of them. I agree. Now, Nick in his confessional, he's like, it was just so hard to passionately kiss both of them. Like, just pulling me in different directions. But was the struggle to kiss them passionately in the room with us? Because the way he and Bella were kissing, that was passionate. The way he and Sierra were kissing, that was passionate. So again, was the struggle in the room with us? I don't think so. So the girls are in their like makeup room, the little like get ready room, and Shelly's asking Sierra like, why has she been so giggly lately? And Sierra like mouths back that her and Nick were making out and they just couldn't stop. This is so messy. And then they thought I missed it, but I saw it. There was a couple in the shower. I don't know who it was, but somebody was in the shower. So then Charlie says he and Hannah have been making out. Hannah confirms this, period. Charlie and Hannah, y'all might be saying. Ace brings Amaya and Shelly breakfast. Shelly feels a way about that. Like, her face crunches up a little bit because, like, not you entertaining other people after playing in my face. Like, I'm your strongest connection. And I feel that. Nick brings Bella and Sierra breakfast. Charlie brings Hannah some breakfast, finally. So we do learn that Charlie can, in fact, cook because he was acting like he could not, okay? Austin says he wants to talk to Shelly. And Amaya and Ace is saying that he just wants to keep everybody on their toes, just playing, kind of not committing to who he wants to continue getting to know. Nick says the sexual chemistry is there with Sierra, but the physical attraction is there with Bella. So now all the girls are talking in one of the places outside, and Amaya's just reiterating the fact that Jeremiah said that he and Huda are pretty much closed off, and like Huda is smiling ear to ear because she loves hearing this. And so now she can admit that she was doing too much. And like she was letting her emotions get in the way. Girl, bye. I'm so disappointed. I just knew that Huda was going to be one of my favorites. Amaya and Austin meet up for morning meditation. It's awkward. Guys, I'm not even going to bore you with the story. It's awkward. Amaya makes a joke about how flexible she can be, and that's it. We get out of there. Charlie and Hannah, they're talking. They're close to each other, y'all. Like, they're touching, holding hands. Like, her hand is on his shoulders sometimes and stuff. And then they start to kiss. And then the others are at the little kitchen area. And so, like, they're joking about, like, what Charlie and Hannah might be saying to each other. But then Charlie and Hannah start kissing. And so, like, everybody else starts, like, cheering them on. And, like, you can tell they get a little bit embarrassed, but they kiss some more. And, like... Bella and Nick, they're talking, and they're talking about their weird dreams, but you can tell, like, once Nick asked, like, what do you like to do for fun? Like, do you like going out? What did he say? Do you party a lot? And Bella said no. I feel like once she said no, Nick kind of checked out a little bit. Like, I feel like whatever phase in life that Nick is in, he and Bella are not aligned on that, because Bella was saying what she likes to do is, like, go to the beach, and relax, basically. And I don't think that that's the phase of life that Nick is in right now. And so I think that just solidified the fact that he and Bella are not a good match. Taylor and Orlando talk. They both kind of agree that right now their connection is giving best friends, but they both also agree that that is a really good foundation for a relationship, and that Orlando says that she is a slow burn, but she feels like, they are slowly inching towards being romantically involved. And I agree, because, they are starting to sit closer and closer together. Who knows, maybe by episode 9, they'll be a little bit more physical. One can only hope, because I can see it for Taylor and Alandria if they kind of like let their walls down a little bit, let their guard down, and like really kind of start going deeper and having those deeper conversations. But we'll see. Ace and Amaya talk. It's giving fun and flirty. But their connection just isn't as apparent. Like, it's not as overt as his and Shelly's connection. So, because Ace said love hasn't found him yet, I feel like it's there in the periphery. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. But then as they're talking, Amaya kind of alludes to the more like physical um aspects of what their relationship or what their connection could be. Ace is intrigued. Most men would be. So it's like, Nick and Sierra talk about a first date. The date that Sierra describes, it's cute. The date that Nick kind of sets the stage, and then like Sierra kind of like builds on it. So like it's cute. It is. But low key, I feel like Sierra is playing the game. Because like, is she interested in Nick? I definitely believe so, but I also feel like Sierra knows what she's doing, because she kind of gives Nick enough to where he knows that she's interested, but not so much where he feels like she's pressuring him. Whereas I feel like Bella may have come across a little bit more as like she's pressuring him to choose her, even though she's just making him work a little harder for their connection. And I think Nick doesn't want to do that. I think he likes the easy kind of way that he and Sierra kind of get along. But we'll see. But because I was thinking when Charlie and Hannah were talking, I was like, oh, well, maybe Hannah is more Charlie's physical type, because again, like, he's making her breakfast, he's putting in this work. But when Charlie goes to talk to Austin and they're talking about Shelly, Charlie reiterates that like Shelly is stunning, like beautiful, like Shelly has these men in a tizzy. And like Charlie does still say that he still wants to go and talk to Shelly, like. So I'm like, okay, again, if that's how you feel, go pull Shelly for a chat. Because while they're talking, Shelly comes up and she pulls Austin for a chat. Austin asks her if, are you now feeling the romantic vibes? And Shelly says that she's starting to get there. I don't think so. I think she's just trying to keep Austin around so that she continues to be safe in the villa while she goes to pursue other connections. Then we get a text that there will be a recoupling tonight. So the girls are kind of low-key freaking out a little bit before the recoupling, but at night, Ace and Shelly talk a little bit. I guess Shelly's trying to see where Ace's head is at. And Ace says, I'm still trying to keep an open mind. Bella asks Nick where he stands. Nick says he's still not very sure. And in Ace's confessional, he says that Shelly challenges his mind, but Amaya made it clear that she's pursuing him and he likes that. And y'all, when he said that, I knew it was about to be some foolishness. I just know it's about to be some foolishness. So Ariana arrived. She takes everybody to the fire pit. And we find out that whoever is not chosen gets dumped from the island. So the girls stand up while the boys stay seated, right? So the boys will stand up one at a time and say who they want to couple up with and why. We already know that the two love triangles are going to go last, okay? Jeremiah goes first. He says the second they locked eyes, he knew he wanted to get to know her. A few other super sweet stuff, but he picks Huda to the surprise of no one. They go, they sit down. We're done with that. Again, it's given high school hallway couple. Taylor's next. He says since day one, they've had a good connection, and this is something he wants to explore, and she gets him. And so he picks Alandria. They were dragging it a little bit, and I was stressed. I was like, who are you going to pick if it's not Alandria? But Taylor does do right. Okay, he makes the right choice. He does pick Alandria. Carly goes next. He says from the moment she picked him in the challenge, they had good chemistry and he was instantly attracted to her. So he picks Hannah. I didn't know they were going to do Ace or Nick first. Ace is next. Okay, that means Nick is last. Follow me, because what did I say earlier? I said it was going to be some foolishness, and it was. So Ace goes next, and he says that she makes him laugh. He's excited to explore their connection, that she's very ambitious. He's very excited to share a bed with her. I said, okay, all of these things are Shelly. So I was like, obviously, he's gonna pick Shelly. No. Y'all, he chooses Amaya. What do you mean? Shelly's face was my face. My jaw was on the floor. Austin was even stunned. I feel like Austin just knew he was losing his girl tonight. No. I cannot believe, this is why I said I feel like Ace wants to have his cake and eat it too. Because Austin goes after him and he chooses to recouple with Shelly. So Shelly is safe. And I feel like maybe Austin knew or really hoped and was betting on the fact that Austin would choose Shelly again. And so he chose Amaya so that he could keep both of his connections in the villa. But at this point, I don't want Ace anywhere near Shelly. Because all he does is play all day. What do you mean? You're describing your connection with Shelly and you choose Amaya. I don't want Shelly to pursue this connection anymore. I don't. Because each time that Ace is given to pick Shelly and pursue Shelly, he does not. Because even from episode 1, if he really was feeling Shelly the way that we thought, he didn't have to kiss Yulissa that long. And now he chooses Amaya to recouple with. Shelly, girl, I don't want you anywhere near that man. Austin, like I said, he does choose Shelly, but he does say that she's been patient with him and that every time they talk, it feels like they get deeper and deeper. He could see himself on the outside with this person, but not too much, Austin, because don't think that we don't know about you, okay? Ugh. We're finally down to Nick's choice. Who will he choose? I thought he was going to choose Bella. I did. Even though I was saying that like his face did kind of like shut down a little bit after he asked if Bella parties and Bella said no. She likes long walks on the beach instead. I was like, okay, well maybe he'll still choose her, because again, when he talks about Bella, it sounds like that's somebody that he would be more interested in long term. But I guess Nick is just here for the short term. So here we go. So he says he feels whenever they talk about their future, they align, and her beauty on the outside is reflective of her beauty on the inside. And the moment that they shared in the photo booth was unforgettable. And when he said that, my jaw was on the floor, because you could just see the sigh of relief on Sierra's face, but also the heartbreak on Bella's face. Really the heartbreak on everybody's face, because even if they didn't know the situation, you could tell from both girls' reactions who he was talking about before he said, therefore I choose Sierra. Oh my God. Like, I can see it. They do have a stronger connection, but I didn't want Bella to go. But at the same time, I do think that Bella would be better on like a Love is Blind or like a Married at First Sight. And then I had to side-eye Sierra a little bit, because when they go back to sit down on the little like couch seating thing, Sierra turns to him and she's like, good job. Girl, not too much. So Bella says that she knows that someone else is going to see her worth and her value, and she trusts God's plan. Bella's too sweet for this show. She is. Oh my goodness. But I do think that it was a good experience for her. I do think that it helped her kind of come out of her comfort zone a little bit and kind of put herself out there, because she does say that she keeps putting the wrong people first. But everyone is hugging Bella, you know, comforting her. She's packing up in the girls' room, and then Nick knocks on the door and he's like, can I talk to you for a minute? No. Honestly, I wish that Bella had said no. What more is there to say? But she says fine. They go out and they talk, and Nick is like, how are you feeling after all that? How do you think? Nick, I feel like he pulled her to talk just so that he can lessen the guilt that he feels. Because he's like, you know, I wish it didn't have to be like this and all this other stuff. And Bella's like, you made it like this. Exactly. We're not going to feel sorry for you, Nick. You made your choice. You made your bed, now lie in it. Like, the girls do take one last photo in the photo booth, and then Bella walks out, and I honestly hope that she can find the man that she deserves, because Bella was just too pure of a soul for this. Like, I feel like she's definitely more of a one-man kind of woman. And so, unfortunately, her one man wasn't here on the show, but I really do hope that she finds him, you know, post the show. So, that is the end of this episode. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you for watching this. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.